Oh my, we're in
Oh,
progress. Oh dear.
oh no.
Hey everybody, and
Shit.
welcome.
Hi. Here you are. Here we
This,
are. We're
yep,
here.
this is it. This is the future.
Unfortunately.
I like the way you sell it. How you doing, man? Good to see you.
I'm doing all right, man. Doing okay. It's good to see you. It's good to be seen and good to see your beautiful, amazing face.
Did you just get back from the optometrist or something? You seem like you're really happy to be able to use your eyes.
Yeah, well, I haven't had my eyes in all night. I took them out last night and it's good
That's
to have them back.
it's good to have him back.
You know. Eh. I've been looking for them. I couldn't find them. And
Oh man.
so
Remind me of that goofball from the Pirates of the Caribbean movie with the wooden eye. You kept taking
oh
it.
yeah. Oh man, that would hurt.
Yeah,
Mhm.
splinters.
Yeah.
Why even put a wooden eye in? Why just say fuck it and have an empty socket? Like, maybe use it as a coin purse. You'd see someone coming if they're trying to steal your change and you kept it in your eye.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. I
I
don't
wouldn't
know.
be surprised.
I would try to sneak things in. Like I mean, I would put like weed in there, like and try to get on.
You probably get a hell of an infection.
Yeah, well, it'd be in a bag,
Be
you
in a
know.
bag.
Well, yeah, I'm not fucking crazy. I want to put like I use protection, Tony. I want to put you know, just raw dog in my eye socket with marijuana. You know? Not bareback in my face with pots, you know?
Wow, man. Yep, this is the shit we come up with. Sticking pot in our eye sockets.
And 2 minutes in. All
Two
right, good.
minutes in hot shit. Oh man. Yeah, that's good stuff. I've been, as you know, I've been working security for shows and I haven't seen anyone sneak any drugs in. I haven't even smelt any drugs.
Really?
It's been I'm really like 2 weeks at the gig. I haven't seen anyone taking any drugs yet. Well, that's not true. Hang on. I was with some people at one of those shows and they took drugs, but I wasn't working.
Huh.
So, as far as when I'm working, I haven't seen anyone really take any drugs. I've seen people do like the whole pill sneak, you know? It's just
Mhm.
I saw that like, it's just like someone was dancing with their partner and they were like and then they took another one.
I like that.
But then but then the funny thing is like to their partner they're all like I was like, they're not eating fucking goldfish. And it's not like you're at a concert and you're like, shit, it's time for Dave's heart pill. I'll have one too. No,
Yeah.
they're shooting drugs.
Did I want to do a bunch of hard pills? Oh, fucking.
Right?
What? Mm. Staying alive tonight. Oh yeah.
Alex is in the front seat of his car before the show, just throwing any pills into a bucket and just smashing them up. Pill
Mhm.
dust. Just sniff some pill dust.
Ah.
Oh yeah, that'd be terrible. I don't want to be any part of that shit.
Yeah, Um, how you been, man? How's Tony G's
I'm
life?
good, dude. I've been a little bit busy with the second gig. It's been nice. Just kind of shit's boring in middle age. So now I work
Tell
two
me about
jobs
it.
and pay twice the taxes. It's awesome.
Fucking name.
But the shows have been kind of neat. It's nice working at a venue instead of like, I don't know, anywhere else. Like fucking McDonald's or something like that. It's cool. Like
Hmm.
what I like about working a show is that when it's over, it's done. The mission is to do the show, close it up, go the fuck home. I
Right.
like that. I like that kind of work versus, oh, is it 8 o'clock yet? I hate chasing the clock down. I'd rather just go when the work is done.
Hmm. Yeah, and I mean, at least you're working at a place or working at a thing that you like to be at anyway. You
Yeah,
know.
you called it. Honestly, you were just like, you don't want to work at the fucking big ass venue for corporate America. That'll suck, but this would be better. And you're right, way more laid back, way more casual. I don't really want to have a conversation about my attire or something like that, and that happens with corporate jobs. Um,
Right.
this place is cool. I have a hard time telling who my coworkers are because you just wear a fucking radio. Other than that, they look like people going to the show. You
Mhm.
know, just like, oh, hey man, right on. You're
Yeah.
standing there because you work here. That makes sense. And you're wearing a radio.
Sitting
Got
here 'cause I work here.
it. Got it. Dude, I was working backstage for a couple of shows and I was standing up at everything, being all, hi, how you doing? This other guy gets the gig, like he's working backstage the other night. He pulls out a book, has a seat. I'm like, hey, whoa, wait a minute. That's a book. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna read the whole damn shift. I was like, oh, fuck. So I'm bringing my color and pencils tonight with high hopes.
Yeah. Be like, sometimes I call my dick a book. Can I
Talk
read
about
that?
Talk
Can I
about a
pull that
short
up?
story. I have to read it over and over again. No, I'm good.
Hey, sometimes short stories are, shorter than you think they are.
And that's it.
Mhm.
No, I
Hey,
went. Go ahead, go please.
I was just gonna say the end. That's legendary. It's short, but everyone uses it.
The end. Everybody gets to feel the end.
Yeah. If your dick was the end, you'd be the most popular dick in the world. Everyone uses the end. The end always has to happen, and your dick is that.
No, it's not. You decided, I didn't, so fuck that shit.
Well, it's not your choice, Tony.
But I did show up to work the other day, like, and there's it's a big building, so there's a few different like restaurants and whatnot. But they had one of my coworkers was working the front door at like 3 in the afternoon on a Sunday, and I show up and he's sitting in a chair, and he has another chair out, and he's got his colored pencil. I'm not making this up. He's got a drawing pad and his colored pencils, and he's leaning over doing his thing in the hallway. As I walk in, and I'm like, hey man, what you coloring? He's like, oh, I'm working on a sketch. He's like, oh, hey Tony. I could have been anyone. He was just gonna tell anyone walking in what he's coloring. It was just awesome. He was like, fuck it, it doesn't matter.
Right.
I was like, this job's great. I could have been a customer. You don't give a shit. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
want to
Exactly.
join in or do you want to go have a drink? You can do both. Oh, it's fucking great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a feeling you're going to like that place a lot more than more corporate and uptight shit.
Yeah, exactly. The corporate world is flipping out right now when it comes to sales and shit because no one has any money.
Mhm.
So that we're doing my other job sucks. Sucks real fucking bad. What's financing? Like, oh shit. It's the reason you can't have a phone today. That's what financing is.
What sucks is the cool jobs don't pay that much.
That's an unfortunate topic.
Hmm.
That is right. We're just gonna go ahead and dig into that one real quick.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Nice job, Alex. You're
Yeah, I
absolutely,
finally did something cool.
but you're fuck you. Read more internet.
Oh, I won't. I won't do
All you
it.
have to do is see a story and be like, that's interesting, and then you click. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't want
No,
to do
you
it.
you make I really like that. So you're right. The cool jobs don't seem to pay that much. So let's
Mhm.
say a cool job to me is working at shows. And they do pay decent, but you don't make 8 hours, 40 hours a week or anything. You know what I mean? Like you can make okay money working gigs, but I feel that you have to like work at several venues and you end up working like 7 days a week
Yeah.
when it's busy and then you're looking for work when it's not. But it's a fun job more than, saying yes, boss, and whatever the fuck.
Hmm.
But yeah, you're right. Absolutely. I mean, let's think of some fun jobs for a second. Skydive instructor came to mind. That's a fun job, but you could die every time you go up.
Yeah, but I mean that's the risk of skydiving in general, though, isn't it? Or even
Well,
being on
no,
a
I know,
plane.
but it's a cool job. I mean, you're
Yeah.
right. I mean, it actually probably does pay well, but you could die. So, not the best job, every day. There's that chance. Pancaking into the sidewalk.
Yeah. Um,
What other cool jobs are there that don't pay shit? I think
I would
that's it. Working concerts.
I would say cooking. It's not that cool. It's not a cool job, really, but it doesn't pay that much.
Right? It's not fun, and it doesn't
It's not like a
pay.
fun job.
It's just
People think it's fun. That's the thing. People think it's going to be fun. Oh, cooking! I love cooking. I made a fucking orzo salad the other day. It was delicious. Why don't you go orzo right up your fucking ass? You
yeah.
son of a bitch.
Keep going, come on. Let it out.
See, that's the thing, is cooking's not fun. It's like, and it's called culinary arts. It's not an art. It's a job. Do you know what? Do you know what a spatula and a cheeseburger is? A spatula is a hammer and a cheeseburger is a nail. It's a job. It's not art at all. It's not art even a little bit. You have tweezers and you have the little thing. Oh, it's beautiful. Taste it. Costs $400. Why don't you jump off a cliff with that fucking tweezer and plate, you piece of shit?
This has been, thank you. Why weren't we tapped into it? I'm glad you're angry inside. I wanted you to get that out. We bonded. I felt bad carrying all the anger all these years, but in any case, there's, to your point, another story I read this morning as I passively scrolled for 3 hours in my bed. So a woman accidentally bought, in American dollars, a $700 king crab dinner for 4. Some spicy king crab entree thing. She thought it was like super cheap, like maybe like 30 or 40 bucks. As it turns out, it was like 30 to 40 bucks an ounce or something like that.
Yeah.
It was just fucking amazing to me that, check the menu. Like, what the fuck? Like, I wouldn't want to be a server ever. I think about this all the time because you don't fuck with people and their food and all that horse shit. I don't want to get involved. I don't really like eating. It's kind of a pain in the ass. So to me, it's just like, if you bought a $700 dinner, you fucking idiot. I couldn't even afford to go into a restaurant that had that on the menu. They wouldn't let me in. They wouldn't let me in. They'd be like, "You work here?" Like, fuck off. Yes.
You know what's it's funny about those kind of things? It's just like anything. Like I'm in a room filled of things about what I'm about to say. Like nothing really costs anything until people say it costs something. It's not like that king crab crawling around at the bottom of the ocean was like, I'm worth $700. It's not like it had like a price tag on it in the water. You know what I mean? Like someone pulled it out and said, "Oh, we're gonna make a bunch of rich people pay a lot of money for this water spider." You know what I mean? Like, like all this shit that I have in a room really isn't worth anything. It's just some nerd was like, "Hey, this is worth money."
Right.
It's worth money, and that's why it's worth money, is because I said so, and that's the only reason why it's worth money.
Right.
It's like that thing with food, and like that $700 king crab dinner. It's like it's not really worth anything. Someone just thinks somebody will pay. It just blows my mind. Like no one like cuts down a tree to build a house and then looks on the inside of the tree and the rings and says 30 grand. You know what I mean? No one.
Make sure I got that right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we think it's worth something, but really nothing's worth anything. It's a bunch of garbage.
Well, yeah. I mean, if we get that right down to the core of the matter, absolutely, this is all horseshit. Same thing I was thinking about switching from food to records, but still to your point. I was thinking about it the other day when they reintroduced vinyl a few years ago and they started charging $30 to $50 per record. I thought to myself, they only did this because they knew they could get away with it. Like records used to be $5 or $10 when they originally came out, and they sold them by the crate. It was just, so now it does the same thing it did before. Just spinning a needle on a record, listening to music, same fucking thing. But now it's 6, 7, 8 times as much, and it's only because we're fucking paying the prices.
Yep.
Like that's it. That's the only reason that woman paid $700 for a crab, because that's what they were charging, and she fucking did it because there's nothing she can do about it. Same thing here. You want it, you pay it. You're right, but is it worth anything? Fuck no. It's all made up, and it's paper. It's paper. It burns. It doesn't. It's digital currency, which can be deleted. It's all horseshit. So yeah, this is kind of funny. It's like that game you played in school where the teacher's like, "I'm going to set up a store. You're all going to earn fake money, and then you're going to buy shit, and that's it. You're going to learn how to consume." We did that in elementary school. Same
It's all
thing.
made up. Man. It's just like time, man. It's all made
Yeah.
up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Construct, man. It's just a construct. You know what I'm saying, bro?
When you get high, you look like De Niro. Hey, Fokker, you listen to me, Fokker? But you
Yes,
didn't
you
pick the
did.
car, did you,
You
Greg?
did.
You
Yes, you
didn't pick
did.
it. You didn't pick it, did you, Greg? You didn't pick green. Geniuses pick green, Greg, but you didn't pick. That's it. You got it. Alex is on fucking point today, people. Download this episode. Keep it. Save it.
Once a year. Once a year.
Oh, fuck that. You're funny. Good stuff. So really, man, not 2 weeks? Nada? Just working?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, here's the thing: it's like you ask me, like, how's it going? Like, what do you want to talk about the shows? Like, I have little things that happen in my life that are cool, but it's not like it's interesting to like talk about on the show. They're really cool to me. Like, I hung out with a friend that I haven't seen in 5 years, and she's amazing, and I think she's like one of my closest friends, and I love her. I haven't seen her in a long time. But like that's it. Like we just hung out. It was a good time. You know, it's not like that's it. And it was really
Right.
cool.
Good.
And she's great. And I went record shopping. Speaking of records, and it's so funny because you're talking about that. It's like you're talking about how like nothing really is worth anything. Like but like I bought a record, a new release just came out this month. And I was so excited because it only costed $25.
Right. I mean, that's a good deal.
And if you want to break it down, like, it that is cheap for a new record nowadays.
That is. Anything under 30.
Yeah. That's why it's kind of fucked up. It's like that's cheap for a record, and a good record, it has 15, 14 songs on it, like.
Right.
But like that's still expensive, and I was excited. I was like, "Oh, cool! This is only $25." And I was like, "Wait, that's a lot of money."
Yeah. And meanwhile, the people who fuck with inflation are like, "It's working. They're buying it. It is a good deal." Like, fuck you. No, it's not. It's just better than 40. That's all there is to it. You see a record over $40, you're like, get fucked. I wouldn't have spent that much on a CD for it. I mean, honestly, in a CD, you don't have to flip over. So I still think like that. I'm like, I got to flip this thing over. There should be a few dollars off. Like, I got to get up in the middle. So you can take a few dollars off the record.
Right.
But I took Joey, my grandson, to his first Mariners game. We went up there. Jesse and Reese, all of us went up there, a little family trip to the Mariners game.
Nice.
Gave myself an hour and a half to find parking, and we still missed the first inning because couldn't find fucking parking. So
you were driving around for an hour and a half.
And yeah, and since you know me, you can imagine how colorful that conversation got towards the end, because that's how it gets when I can't find parking and I'm in my fucking car. So this is just a fun story for everyone who ever goes up to see a game in Seattle. I just found out, so here you go. Don't try to park at the stupid parking garage. You'll just sit there. Turns out you have to have special tickets. So we found that out. Luckily, I asked the cop before I actually waited too long. He's like, yeah, if you don't have a parking pass for that thing, you're not getting in. So you don't need to sit in this line. He's like, just drive up and down First Street till you find something. But see, here's what I didn't know. There's a tunnel that goes into Seattle. It's like underground. And if you go on that, you can't turn around until the tunnel's over. So you end up in downtown Seattle. So we got to look for parking all the way from the fucking Space Needle, all the way past the stadium again, and just kept going like we were heading home. And it's like, no shit, there's little parking places, like just down the street from the stadium on First Street. But they start at like $55. And this was a midday game on a Wednesday. Parking was $55. You keep going as you get further away. It went down to 45, 35. Keep going. We're blocks and blocks we're driving. Finally find an actual spot. The parking price wasn't even a problem. It was like they were all full. So I was like, all right, great. So keep going. And I'm like, at this point, I'm like, fuck this shit. I was like, we don't find anything. Sorry. Didn't work out. And we look over and it says $8. I'm like, "Ah, hang on a second." Turned in there, walked, carried the little guy. We all just walking and walking. We walked past Starbucks fucking headquarters. I didn't know that existed,
Oh
but
yeah,
it's
seen
on
that, yeah.
First Street for those of you
Yeah.
who know. There you go, coffee aficionados. Long story short, we get to the stadium. It was Jesse checked it. It was 1.3 miles of a walk that we walked from the car to the stadium to get in. But the tickets were only $10, and that's after fees. So another fun fact about the Seattle and this is the thing, like I was going to take a picture of the stadium because I like to say I went to other places. They named it T-Mobile Stadium. Like,
Yeah.
no offense, but their service sucks. I'm not putting that shit in a picture. It's not happening. No fucking way. Sorry, your service sucks. I know you have all the customers, but Jesus Christ, fix your shit. In any case, I always thought when I go to the Philly stadium, you can walk up to the stadium, old school, and say, I want a ticket. And they'll sell you a ticket. Even if it's $3, they'll sell you a ticket with no fees. They'll say, here you go. Apparently, I don't know a lot because I don't know. But apparently, Phillies like kind of are able to do that for whatever they have set up. But at Seattle, they don't do that. I asked him, I was like, I want a ticket, whatever you got. He sold it to me from Ticketmaster. He
Oh
sent me
really?
a link from Ticketmaster on my phone. I was like, I'll buy paper tickets. We'll have a souvenir. Joey's first game.
Right.
No. He's like, oh, here you go. He's like, open up your app on your phone. I was like, it says Ticketmaster. He's like, yeah. I was like, you just sold me tickets to Ticketmaster? He's like, yeah. I was like, I could have done that. I could have done. I was looking at Ticketmaster. I could have got less fees. I didn't flip out on him. I was like, cool, $12 a ticket, whatever, really good deal, fine. But it was just like
You're like, I do this all the fucking time.
I could have. I thought you're gonna give me little papers. Says, look at what I did on this day, and I'll lose it. And it'll fade away, and we'll never find them. But we got them, and no ticket stubs. All right, fine, whatever. But the game was awesome, and I've never been to one that had like the roof that'll open and close. But Seattle's got both on both stadiums. So it's pretty. It's like pretty fucking nice in there. Like it's actually like a nice, cute little stadium. And
Mhm.
I'll say this: if you live in the Northwest and you get bored and depressed, go check out a baseball game. They got a roof. It's beautiful in there. It's fun. It's like big sports inside of Chuck E. Cheese. It's nuts. You should check it
Oh.
out. It's a lot of fun. But yeah,
Hmm.
cool stadium, great time. Parking's a bitch. Plan on walking. There you go.
There's a there's a there's an arena in Las Vegas called the T-Mobile. Or no, wait, yeah. Is that T-Mobile Arena, I think, in Vegas.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just wonder, like, they gotta be related, right? They gotta be
No, they
like,
just buying stadiums. Wells Fargo has the stadium in Philly that has hockey in it. Everything is owned after a financial institution, and they put their name on it.
yeah.
We do understand how finances work. We just think it'd be cooler to go to Tits Arena instead of
Ah,
T-Mobile Stadium.
I'd love to. That's
Like we're going to Tits Arena. Woo! We're having tits night. Yeah.
Get your tits, get your hot tits.
Red
Get your
hot tits
tits.
here.
We're
Get some
going
tits.
quick. Come
Two
on.
tits.
Hot tits over there. Here you go. There's some hot tits.
You want tits? You want two tits? I'll give you two tits.
I just hurt my shoulder.
You shouldn't hurt your tit.
Oh, God damn it. I'm fucking falling apart over here.
Getting ready for the next big fight there. Hey, Tank.
God, it's so crunchy. I'm falling apart. Dude. I need to get an office job.
No, you don't. It sucks.
I know, but like my body hurts so bad from being in a kitchen for years. Like just doing this with that arm. Oh God, it's all crunchy and shitty.
I don't doubt it. My right shoulder's fucked too from washing the dishes
Yeah.
while you dirty them up to make delicious foods. So I get it. Yeah, the culinary, no, no good.
You always do a lot of shit, and that's so cool. I do like a little things throughout my week that I find like satisfying. Like you always, and like it's cool. It's like everything's different for everyone. Like the things I do every week is just hang out with people. Like I hung out with my friend.
Right.
We had lunch. We had lunch at this place called Stormbreaker. That's what it's called. You ever seen pictures of people in like bars in town where they throw the axe at the?
Yes,
At
I
the
have. Yes.
I we were gonna do that. We were at the place that does that. It's called Stormbreaker in St. John's, which St. John's is cool, man. I want to live there. It's a cool little spot. But anyway, we were gonna do that. We're gonna throw that, and then we just ended up talking, and then we're like, all right, we've got to go, and she left, and then I like kind of went back in after she like went away, and I just was like watching people throw axes, and I was like, this is so fucking dangerous.
Oh yeah. Shit can
Like
come right back.
I was just thinking about like how many loose cannons there are, like people in the world, and then they're just like, oh yeah, let's just give these people that we didn't check their medical history and like what's going or their criminal history or anything. We didn't check out like what's going on inside their brain. Here's some beer. Here's a sharp axe. You get to throw it. I get to throw it. That's what I do. Yeah, throw it at that piece of wood, and then imagine that piece of wood is your dad that you don't talk to anymore, that didn't love and hug you enough, and don't turn around because there's a guy that looks just like your dad behind you. Don't throw that. Yeah, it's not your dad, trust me. Like it's just crazy because I was watching people like, and I was like, yeah, it looks like fun, and then I was just like, I can't. It's crazy to me that that's okay. That people just do that. That's a thing. Oh yeah, have a sandwich, a couple of beers. Here's a weapon. Throw it at a thing.
Fuck
I
yeah.
mean,
Well, here's the best part. Like that, I mean, that caught on across America. That's just another cool Tinder date thing to do.
right.
Or if your therapist isn't home, you go do that.
Sure.
But in any case, if you go to Dave and Buster's, they have an animated, they have a video game version of that
Okay.
where you can throw the rubber axe. So they're starting them young, is my point.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
who needs telehealth when you have Dave and Buster's and axe throwing? You're good to go. Kids, adults, we can all just throw an axe.
Right.
But I'm the kind of guy that would come back. There's no way I would throw that fucking axe, and within the first 3 throws, one of them didn't come back this way. That's just the kind of guy. I know it. I know me. They'll train me for an hour on how to throw it. They won't. They'll give me like 2 steps and be like, fucking figure it out. It would come right back to me. I'd be like, oh shit. And then you'd catch it in your leg and we'd have to go home early.
Yeah, you would get the only axe that was actually a boomerang, So,
No, I just know you can hit the wood, the fucker can come back.
oh
Like,
yeah.
if the axe doesn't hit right, it'll fly back at you. And this is what's funny. When I saw the axe throwing, it was just like bowling. Like everyone else just sits behind the person throwing the axe, just like bowling. Except it's not bowling. It's not a sharp ball. I mean, this is a fucking blade. So you're just sitting behind Daryl, who's never thrown a fucking axe, 3 beers deep, has a coke problem you don't know about, also took some pills he doesn't know what they are, and here he goes. And then you're just like, what happened? God, shit. That's it.
Yep.
Now you got to mess up the inside of your brand new Nissan Xterra with that beautiful white fucking interior because he was screwed up and didn't know how to throw an axe. It's dangerous. But anyway, do you want to go throw an axe next week? You want to?
Yeah, we should go throw an axe.
I think we should. Fuck yeah, we should. Instagram, watch this. Speaking of knives and whatnot and unfortunate shit, once again, as I told you, I found another. My unfortunate topic revolves around where we live. I can't. There's so much crime here that my phone won't go past that until it's all fixed here. So I'm looking for other bad stories. If you live in another spot and have a shitty story that you think that would be good, yeah, seriously, send us. Just put it anyway. Alex gets it. He'll do it later. Shitty stories. We're collecting them. Send them our way. We can only see Portland. Help us. All right. So right now, there's been a lot of carjackings in Portland. A lot, meaning like this morning I read of 2 different stories, and in the last week I've heard of a total of 3. So I'm going to say there's at least 3 good old-fashioned American carjackings. The one I saw, and this is unfortunate for obvious fucking reasons, safety and security. We pay tax. I'm just being honest. We pay taxes. We work these fucking jobs, pay taxes. No one's looking out for us. That's it. Plain and simple. So one person, a woman in the middle of the day, got held up. Some scraggly fucker pulled out a big hunting knife, like Rambo style. She gave up her car. And the other case I read about, I saw the video actually. A chef, end of the night, goes back to his car, and some group of carjackers go after him, beat him up, take his car. There was like 3 of them. So I really don't have any like advice on how to avoid carjacking. Other than I could tell you is don't get comfortable out there. Always look around. This sucks to say, but be kind of paranoid. Always look before you get into a car. All that kind of shit. Look for anyone else sitting in a car by themselves or just in an empty park. If it's you in another car in a parking lot, have another look around. Don't get into your fucking car if there's a car parked right next to your car and there's no other cars in the lot. Get in the other side. Sounds fucking crazy, but these are old city tricks. If you're scared, don't get in your fucking car. Just keep walking, go back, like that kind of thing. Have somebody go with you these days. It's getting dark. It's getting rainy in fucking Portland. The whole damn country's going to get darker earlier. Things are expensive. This isn't the only place there's going to be carjackings and crimes. People are going to get desperate and start doing stupid shit from the 80s. So be smart. Look under your car. I used to tell this story on stage and it scared the living shit out of people. But back in Philly in the 80s, there was a story of a person who laid under cars and with a box cutter sliced people's Achilles tendons when they were going to get into their car. So they're flailing around like a fish while they're driving away with their car. Like I said, people are getting desperate, and I just gave out a bad idea. So hopefully only good people watch this show. But
Man, if I ever did that, man, I'd nickname myself the Boogeyman, like the Boogeyman underneath your bed.
bed.
Underneath your bed, the Boogeyman, like that, the car,
right? Who's that sleeping under your Chevy?
I'm Boogeyman. Do you know how you avoid getting carjacked? Is like if you're out into your car by yourself and it's a parking lot, maybe it's just like you and a couple of the cars. Before you get to your car, you run up to your car like you're stealing the car. So the other person that's trying to steal your car and carjack, he's like, oh, someone already got to it.
That's a good idea. So I'm just going to start opening my car with one of those bars. Like,
yeah, or you pound on the window and get the fuck out of. There's no one in there. There's no one in there. You're not in there yet, so you're just like, get the fuck out of the car.
Right.
Open the door, throw an invisible person out, and you can get in there and you steal out and drive away. That's how you get.
That's a lot just to work a second job so you can pay your student loans. That sucks.
Yeah, but at least the carjacker will have a funny story. He'd be like, this guy thought that he was robbing,
Right? I would be like, if it was me and you were going to jack me, be like, just let me get in the car. You can drive it. That's fine. If that's what you really want to do, you can drive it. But I'm going to stay in the car with you so I know where it is when you're done stealing it so I can take it home. So I'm not getting out of the fucking car, but you can drive it. Okay? Just take me by my house. Asshole. It's just like these aren't like, I don't know. It's just a bummer. You have to keep looking over your damn shoulder, but that's what it is. So all I've noticed around here is we have a shitload of cameras, but cameras don't seem to fucking be able to come up to you and stop a crime, unfortunately.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's like
the law system's backed up at least a year, so you're not getting a fucking trial. So
yeah,
don't get hurt out there.
The camera doesn't have like robotic arms to like stop the person.
Well, what's going to happen is like Portland's going to be one of the first cities to use droid police because no one wants to be a fucking cop. And then the droids aren't going to make it, like the battery was too low or they were doing a software update. Same human horse shit, just with droids, didn't have enough sick time, whatever the case may be. So yeah, I still see bullshit coming. But long story short, humans are out there fucking over other human beings. So stay sharp.
We're really good at that.
Fucking over each other over?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
For a long time. We're really good at it. Like
that's why the good people stay alone in their house and quiet.
Yeah. People are black belts of fucking other people over. We're really good at it.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is the future. We're not getting any better.
Oh, it's true.
What James Murphy said, we're not getting better, man. We're just getting old.
Amen.
Whoops. Someone slipped the truth in. It's okay. If you want to be better, work on it. I don't know. But all I can say is if you like your car, lock the shit, be smart when you get back into it. Or
Right.
just get into the passenger seat. It'll fuck people up. They'll be like, the fuck? It's like, I'm not gonna, is he waiting for the driver? And then you start the car, and you
Yeah.
get a broom and you push the gas, drive it down the street, and then you fucking get in.
That's why that's one thing that's a benefit of like taking like an Uber or a Lyft or a bus or a train places. You don't have to worry about getting your shit stolen. You just like,
Except on the Max this week, there were 2 throat stabbings.
oh.
So don't do that. Let's see what else we got. Haven't heard of any bicycle thefts. Maybe because they're
Oh,
still
well,
bringing
yeah.
the
I mean,
person
that
down
happens like
all the
daily,
time, right?
hourly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're not even making stories about that. There's too many.
Do you
So
know how you don't get your throat slit on the Max? This is how you don't get it. You go
wear
like
one of
this.
those collars, right?
No one will cut it because they can't find it. Just go.
Don't come fucking near me. Oh god. That's right.
You're like some kind of little animal in the wild. It's like that's
Just turn into an armadillo. Whoop. Just pop into your shell and lay there on the Max till it ends.
I'm a fatadillo.
Fatadillo. I'm a skinny dillo. No, that's stupid. Yeah, so we want to report about like good things, but the title of the show really doesn't, and that's
Good
not
things
what we
they're
do
not
here.
funny enough. They're not
That's
funny enough.
Yeah, they're not right. Funny, yeah, happy shit isn't funny. I like that, huh?
Okay. I just took a breath mint. I took a mint.
Mm. You look like Mr. Beaker from Sesame Street, man. Beaker, Beaker. I'm on pills. Oh, that's great. Oh shit. Yes, I like looking at concerts and stuff and watching people. Like this is what's fun for us is you and I go to a lot of shows and now this other gig, that's what I get to do is watch people at shows. It's show behavior is hilarious. But I went to a show last Friday. I didn't work. I went to Swans.
You did? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
Phil was like, you should try to go to Swans. And so I asked and they were like, sure, you can go. So um met up in the so I just started this joint and Phil's like, hey, before you go in, come find me and Flanders and we'll come, we'll hang out. These knuckleheads are parked right next to the venue, right next to the person that I work with. I don't know him yet, luckily, but that does the valet parking. They're parked right on the street. Like, just hop in. So I open up the car door and I can't make this up. Beer cans fall out. Like right in front of everyone going to the fucking venue. Show's about to start. I just started working there, and the cans are falling out. So I'm like, oh, sorry. Put the cans back in. We're sitting there smoking the wooden Gandalf pipe until no one can tell anybody's name, we're all just smoking dope. And the fucking smoke's pouring out of the car. And I just walked right by the guy doing the parking. I'm like, and now I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but yesterday they posted a message like, hey, we're looking for a new parking lot attendant. I was like, that guy smelled the party and was like, I don't want to be doing this anymore. I want to be a part of it. But yeah, we went and saw Swans, which I really didn't. It was more like I trusted my friends type thing.
Yeah.
At the venue, they do like a blurb about the show, like a text. We have a chat, and they were like, hey, tonight's show is this. This is the kind of people that are going to go to the show, that kind of thing. And it literally said, like, basically, like, middle-aged stoner crowd loves like collecting vinyl records, like, just basically pointed their finger directly at me, you, and everyone else. I was like, damn, who wrote this? They know their shit. It's exactly, and everyone had a record under their arm except me because I didn't know them that well. But the Swans are insane. Like, I don't even really know how to explain it other than
They are.
Godspeed You Black Emperor,
Mhm.
like kind of like that, except he like commands them. Like, I don't like, he was like waving his arms around, and as he started waving his arms, they would go harder on the kit, harder on the keyboard, harder on everything, and then he would do this shit like calming them down, and they would slow down. It's like he was in charge with his guitar up front, but then he would just do shit like this, and then they were like, like I'm like, fuck, man, like we're on a rocket ship. Like this is crazy. It was great. It was a really unique fucking experience. Like rad show. So glad I didn't have to work it because fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Actually working Wolf Mother tonight. I won't be able to hear anything for the next 3 days.
Oh yeah.
As
Mommy.
if they put me on the wall, I am fucked. Ow! That was a Nike. Fuck.
Yeah, I didn't know anyone really listen to Wolf Mother anymore. That's cool.
I'll let you know how many there are tonight.
We're on.
Like, listen, you can go ahead and get in the pit. There's only 3 other people, so you can help the band out. That'd be great. Make them think there's more than there are.
Yeah, right. Get in there and help out. We need some enthusiasm, Tony. Get in there.
We just want you to act like you're enjoying the music because there was only 4 people that bought tickets. So
Yeah.
I actually think some people will turn out. We'll see. I don't think it'll be a sellout show though.
Right.
But speaking of music, I think now would be as good a time of any. David, we as you may know, we are fleshing out the wheel. So we haven't taken any requests, which is cool because we haven't gotten any assholes. So, you know, thank you.
Yeah.
Anyway, I know you're listening to something. But in any case, I digress. We landed on David Bowie's Black Star, his final piece of work he did before he passed away.
Yep.
It is a morbid album for it's obvious. I mean, duh, right? Black Star. It's just obviously he knew he was going when he did the album. And then when you listen to it and just study the art and everything else, it's like, fuck. I guess it's kind of in a fucked up way. I guess it's kind of cool that he knew he was going because as an artist of his caliber, he really did something with it.
Yeah. There's the thing. It's like he's been making music since the early 70s or whatever, right? 70s, whatever.
Yes.
And that his last album, a new album, 2016, you know, it was in his essentials. That's how good it is. It became, you know, on the streaming services, they put it in his essentials because it's, in my opinion, you know, it's a really good album and it's powerful and it's pretty intense and it's pretty emotional and yeah, it's like you said, it's a pretty dark, pretty more morbid shit, you know.
Right, but it brings what I guess things that jumped out at me about it. First, the video for Black Star, it's is crazy as shit, but it encompasses. But it encompasses a lot. Like my favorite thing in the video, and he does this a lot, is this deal.
Yeah,
you catch that? He's just like, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like his playful fuck you to the situation. You know, like I'm going. This is what's, you know, for whatever it could have been like a boo to his medical diagnosis or fuck off, I'm out of here, whatever. But he kept doing it in a 10-minute video. He's just like, it kept coming up like that. It was a repeating clip. And I like that kind of like fun, playful attitude in an album about essentially him dying.
and in a video that is like pretty and insane and dark and weird.
It is
a little bit of humor.
Yeah. It's got Tim Burton written all over it. It's fucking
weird. They're like blindfold with little guy cut. Yeah, right. And they're like the dancers are like doing this fucking like shaky scary thing.
Like he's like, you know, riding it out like his last wave. Like fucking dark. It's like watching the man's death. Seriously.
Oh, for sure.
Right. But what's cool about it is like he didn't write, well, he never really did, but he didn't purposely turn this into a pop album. Each song, there's only like what, 7 or 8 songs, and they're all like 8 to 10 minutes long. Well, everything's over at least 5. Black Star's obviously a 10-minute jam, but you just don't see that typically. Like he didn't make this to sell to I don't think any of those were radio tracks. They were too long. But that's what's neat about it. He's like, I got something. This is what I got to say. This is it. This is my final body of work. I see this being a 10-minute song, so it's going to be a 10-minute song. I'm not even going to start singing the bulk of my lyrics until 5 minutes in on Black Star. Like that's when he says, on the day he died. That was 5 minutes into the song. I'm like, shit, he's just getting started. So it's a jammy David Bowie goodbye album.
Yeah,
It's
there's
awesome.
7 songs into 41 minute long.
Right, and Black Star is almost 10 minutes of it, the first
Yep.
10 minutes of the album. So the rest of them are like 5 to 6 minutes long, but I look at things like that. And the other thing that I can point out to you, even if you're very sleepy listening to this album, is the horns. The
Yeah.
horns, the sax, the whatever we've got
Sure.
going on in there, great. Like, I like his use of like, you have a good use of horns, your guitar, electronica, it's all in there. It's really fucking beautiful mix and blend of shit, but the horns jump when they come out. Like wake your ass up. You're like, "Oh yeah, I'm listening to Bowie, right on." Like it's good shit, man. I like that a lot. It's almost a jazz record. Like almost there's parts.
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah, man.
Yeah. It's I think it's a fucking awesome album. When I first heard it, only a couple of years ago, like I was like, damn, he really like
David.
really making like a real piece of art before he left this earth. Like he knew what he was doing. He was like, I'm gonna die soon, and I'm gonna make this insane album. Like
Right.
it
Sure.
was so close. Like this album came out in 2016. He died in 2016.
Right.
You know.
He knew his diagnosis for a minute, but yeah, he ran it, took it right up against the line.
Mhm.
I mean, obviously he was fortunate enough to have the time and the wherewithal, the warning, whatever you want to call it, to know that this was going to be his last project. And
Yeah.
so for an artist like that, who, I mean, even in the beginning of his career, many different times he reinvented himself. That's something he was like, I got bored. He always challenged. He went to different mediums all the time. He was big into like other art. Like, I mean, I might be wrong here, but I know clay and animation. Like, I know he
Oh,
liked other forms of art than just
I
fucking.
didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he was an artist, like bona fide artist, in other mediums as well. So of course he approached this in the same way. But imagine being a fucking artist who's been creating just this one medium of art for 20, 30 fucking albums. And you're like, this is the last one I get to do.
Yeah.
You know that up front. You're like, how many fucking artists out there know that? Cobain didn't fucking know that. You know what I mean? So many people just happen to be the last album and then they passed away from unfortunate circumstances.
Right.
He was one of the few artists, and how lucky he was, but it's perfect because it's David Bowie, that he had the time to create his final album. And like you
Mm.
said, it came out the same time he died. I mean, that's part of the art.
Yeah.
I made this album portraying my own death. Here it is, and I'm gone now. This is what I left you with. That's fucking
Oh, yeah.
beautiful, man. That's an artist who I don't know if they got everything he wanted, but that's pretty fucking lucky to be like,
Right.
he could have been working on it, almost finished the last song, and then he died.
Yeah.
And they're
Oh
like,
yeah.
well, he didn't quite finish the album, so we can't really put it out the way he wanted us to, but could have went that way.
It's like everything was on his terms, And
Damn
one
right.
thing I found like crazy about this, that like throughout his career, like David Bowie's really known for being flamboyant and colorful, right?
Yeah.
Like even his albums, like Diamond Dogs, Pinups, Let's Dance, like Young Americans, like it's all like Let's Dance, like it's all
Right.
poppy, like dancing, good music. And then his last album, you know, is like, it's called Black Star. And you
Right.
watch that album, the self-titled, the video for that, the first track, it's super dark. He's not bright and colorful.
No.
He is
No.
doing funny things, like you said, but like you know, it's a dark fucking album. And it's just the contrast between throughout his career of being like, the flamboyant, androgynous kind of person, and then ending with this album that's named Black Star. That's pretty cool to me. It just shows
Right.
his love.
Something else I'll point out about this album is that I never noticed so many F bombs.
Oh yeah.
Right. Like in the album, the girl was it Girl Who Loves Me?
Hmm.
Girl Loves Me. It's called the track Girl Loves Me on Black Star. Um, he said like the first lyrics, one of who the fuck's gonna, he says right here, he's like, it says, I love it because in the first one of the first lines, he's singing shit backwards. Did you notice that in that song? Sheena so sound, so titty up this mal chick say.
Sorry. It just sounds really funny to me.
I'm not fuck. No. We need to talk about this song. Okay, because this song fucks me up. Because I'm like, is that pig Latin? Because I'm not good at pig Latin, but it sounds like words backwards to me.
Yeah.
Then he says, party up mootage, 90 velocit round on Tuesday.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Real bad dizzy snatch, making all the homies mad, comma, Thursday. Po blind to the poly in the hole by Friday. And then it says, it's my favorite, but he sings this part. Where the fuck did Monday go? Question mark.
Yeah, yeah.
But that he sings, and then he says, I'm going to the Gingabox show. But that whole thing, he repeats that. And then he says, I'm sailing in the chestnut tree. Who the fuck's gonna mess with me? Like, Bowie, whoa! What the fuck, man? Is this shit you wrote when you were on the pain pills? Like, what's going on? Like, that's like, you have to listen to that song and be like, this is crazy. But then if you're just like passively hearing it, you find yourself singing, where the fuck did Monday go? But everything else is like, moon age shick-a-lick-a dick, I'm mad on Tuesday. Like, what?
I know, it's like he's like talking the way that like the coach and Waterboy talks, you know.
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Please listen to this song. If you're listening to this fucking episode, go listen to David Bowie, Girl Loves Me. Listen to the damn lyrics. I laughed. I hope he meant it to be kind of funny because I think it's cute. But sailing in the chestnut tree. Let me see. The girl loves me. Hey, Sheena, girl don't speak. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Going to the Gigabox show. No, here's some more. 2 Viddy at the China, 2 with the Red Rock. Yippee loving little zip shot. Professor wanna shot Yarbles. Snatch her weapons, rush off. Splinter dead from his dang dang. Viddy at the China. Girl loves me. I'm writing my lyrics all wrong. No wonder I'm not famous. That's how it's done. What the fuck?
I mean, I think that's how you're supposed to do
it. Dude, that's like Bowie being like, yeah, I'm just going to fuck with everyone right here, right now. Whoa. Wonder why that didn't make it on the radio. Yeah, there's some shit in this album. We could do another 20 minutes just talking about how crazy this record is, but it's unique. It's awesome. It's sad. It's dark. It's heavy. It's Bowie. Definitely. What a way to go out. Yep.
Yeah, and speaking of going out, he died January 2016 at the age of 69. And he died in New York, and he was born in London.
Right.
Yeah, and he's the year like a year younger than my dad. Just realized that. Huh.
Oh shit.
Would have been a it's funny, it's like David Bowie, I mean 69, that's up there. But I thought he was older for some reason, only because he was he would have been older now, but I thought he was older than that for some reason. Not that he looked older.
You think he's been around for so damn long. That's the thing. Yeah. Like, Bowie, you're Bowie your whole life. So yeah, it's easy to figure that he's older than that.
I think
male?
I think the male's here.
Nice. It's like I feel like we're on Blue's Clues half the time. It's awesome.
Can you hear that? Her growling? Did you hear that? The male came through the slot and she grabbed the male when it was coming out. And like, I'm going to go down there and there's going to be like utility bills shredded. Like, my dog ate my homework. That's not like an excuse.
Why don't you just put a box next to the fucking door, man? Like, yeah, just get a mailbox. A letter box.
I know. I kind of think it's fun. It's like cool. I like it. She goes bananas and she grabs it and goes, it's fucking intense. But anyway, what were some tracks off the album that you liked?
Black Star and Girl Loves Me. Those are my 2 favorites.
Yeah, Black Star, obviously, that's Lazarus, really good. Yeah. Girl Loves Me. 'Tis a Pity She Was a Whore. I like that one. It's just fun to say.
Oh shit.
But yeah, I would give this album a 10. I just think it's a good album. It's great music, and it's ventures into something more than music to me. It's like he made like a perfect piece of art, and then he was like, here you go, bye, and just
I
that was
don't
it.
think you can do any better than that. That's how people remember you as an artist, and you gave them something to remember you by, along with a huge catalog through the years. Honestly, it's kind of like a poetic story of a artist musician, you know?
Mhm.
It fits him perfectly, honestly. Like it's kind of funny because if you know Bowie and how he operated, like of course he would know he was going to die before he died, so he had time to create his final masterpiece. Um,
Yeah,
a lot of other artists, like I said, like they die and people are playing shit that they came out with 30 years ago to remember them. But David Bowie dies and people have a brand new record.
yeah, for
And
sure.
they can know how he felt, where he was at on his way out, and the shit that he came up with. Like I said, this album has more "fuck you" in it than I've ever seen Bowie do. What's he got to lose at that point? It's just like they
Oh
say about
yeah.
comedians: you don't start out cussing, you start out clean, and then you add cussing later. Same thing here. Had a nice clean fucking string of catalogs, and then fuck you, fuck this, fuck that, I'm out of here. Like,
Fuck you, fuck this, fuck that.
or his tits, bye.
Backwards talk later. Zippity zap zap zooming zap zap.
Oh shit. So if you have to rank it, I can just give it a 10.
Yeah.
It's fucking Bowie, man.
I think it's like there's no other. I think to me it's a glaring 10. It's like
Right.
it's a 10 out of 10. It's a fucking yeah,
Right.
good album.
I wouldn't argue that. But granted, I'm going from you know, my love of Bowie, this being his last record, all of that. Like if you're asking me to compare it to some of his other records, there's some other ones that I prefer just a little bit more. But this is a 10 just because the content is awesome and it's Bowie's last record. And
Mhm.
I think he just kind of bookended a great ass fucking career with it. That's why it stands out to me as like it is an essential record. If you're gonna listen to Bowie, you don't have to listen to this one first or anything, but I would say you got to include this in what you're listening to
Right.
because it was intentional.
I don't think you should listen to this one first. I think you should definitely listen. If you never heard David Bowie on purpose or anything, you know what I mean? Just in
Oh
background.
no, 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 no. You wouldn't respect. Yeah, you'd be like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, yeah, it'd be some weird piece of art.
Yeah.
But if you know Bowie, went through the Moon Age Daydream and fucking all that other shit with him through the years, then if you've danced with Bowie, if you've cried with Bowie, then here's Bowie.
Yeah.
Saying goodbye on his Black Star. Poetic, people. It's poetic.
Oh,
Yeah, man. Great choice, my friend.
oh yeah, I picked that.
It's always funny when the pothead remembers things.
Man, I smoked a couple pots.
Yeah, you just do it at night. I have this problem with doing it all the time, and I'm really working on
No,
that.
I smoked at 6 a.m. this morning.
I did too, or if like 4. I don't know. I don't know. I hear you're not so bad. You're okay. It'll be all right. Don't put yourself down, man. You got a great girl, you got a job where you can do whatever you want. I wish I had that. What are you talking about? You're a drug dealer. You have the easiest job on earth. Hey, you know what? You're right. Thanks, man.
You do have that. You're
That was
right.
Pineapple Express, done by 2 different characters in one voice. You're
Yeah,
welcome.
it's the easiest job in the world. You're a drug dealer. Thanks, man.
He thanks him for letting
Thanks,
him know.
man.
It's not that bad.
I wish I had that. You too, man. The easiest job in the world.
You just sit around and smoke pot all day. Oh shit. That's funny. Well, I guess we better roll out the wheel. So let's see here. So for those of you who've been keeping up with the show, thank you. And you'll know that we're trying to take some things off the wheel because they've been on here for too long. So we have left on the wheel. We have the Big Lebowski and number 1. Number 2 is empty, so that would be spin again. Think the same thing for Alex, or what do we say? You pick it if it lands on you?
Yeah, you pick a number.
Okay, got it. So if it lands on Alex, he'll pick one that's still left.
You pick a number, not a musical or movie choice. You just pick the number.
So I'm not supposed to be looking at the list. Okay,
Yeah, you just go. Yeah,
4. Okay, got it.
you just go. Yeah, exactly. You got it.
All right. So number 4 is Aretha Franklin with Amazing Grace. Number 5 is Hailstorm with Back from the Dead. Number 6 is Madonna with True Blue. Number 7 is My Spot. And then 8 is Spin Again. 9 is Ulver with The Assassination of Julius Caesar. And number 10 is also a Spin Again. Everybody get that? Good.
Got it.
Okay. All right. Do your thing, man.
My favorite part of the show.
Oh, come on. I like the talking part.
I like to spin, baby.
5. Hailstorm, Back from the Dead. All right.
Hail. Hail.
All hail the storm. All right. So that's it. That's what we're listening to. So in about 2 weeks, we're going to do another episode and we're going to talk about hailstorm. Hopefully, none of you go through a hailstorm before we have the show, because that would suck ass. A pain in the ass with your car insurance.
Ass.
Anyway, Alex is going to do his usual rigmarole. We did mention the thing about stories. So news stories. You got some crazy shit for us, send it our way. We'd love to have new unfortunate topics to choose from. If you have a link, that'd probably be cool, but
yeah, if you have a link, or a link would be easier. If you have a story, keep it short and brief and to the point, and with as much facts as you can within that. You could, if you have that story, you could send it to the same places where you send your suggestions, either Instagram in a direct message, or in the most recent episode on our YouTube channel in the comments section. You could leave a story and or a band and and an album from that band, or a movie if you want. So then we got 3 choices right now. So that being said, thanks for watching and listening. We'll see y'all next time.
damn straight. Thanks for watching. Bye. Bye.